Hi, welcome to the Lisa Goodman Show. And every week I get to interview a game changer in the wellness arena. And today I have Vanessa Fitzgerald. She's a certified integrative nutritionist. And what's so fascinating about her is she has healed herself from many health issues. And recently she has just gone off of Adderall, which I was obsessed with watching her Insta stories. It's an epidemic, and it's been fascinating to see what she went through and how she's gotten through it. So welcome.
Thanks so much for having me. I
love having you.
Here. Yeah.
I am so excited to talk to you. I've just been following you and a little bit obsessed with everything you're doing because you feel so real and heartfelt on social media, which I don't see all the time.
Right.
So tell me a little, I know that you started early in your teenage years sort of on the health arena, right? Or how did it all begin?
So I was a child of like the system. So every time I was sick, if I had a runny nose or a stuffy nose, I was put on an antibiotic. But that's what you did back then. I mean,
right.
Not that I'm like super old right now, but still like
Right.
That's what was prevalent. Health was not a thing. And after eating like a diet of fast food with a single working mother who was just trying to do her best and just keep me alive with a heartbeat, my system started to crash, and I was sick and developed crazy acne, and I was falling asleep in school. And
Wow.
honestly, it was more of a divine intervention. Nobody stepped in and was like, you need to be healthier.
Right.
There was one girl in my class, I remember, who was a vegan, and her mom had her at a nutritionist. And I would see her take these vitamins. And
Right.
I'd say, I want to do that. So I asked my mom if she would let me go to this person, and it just changed from there. And I became obsessed. And
How old was that?
I was 13.
13? Wow.
I think that was
You
the
had
last
good intuition.
time I ate fast food, other than In-N-Out.
Yeah.
So, and the last time I've had a soda, which is crazy.
Wow.
So,
So you cured your acne and
cured acne, everything started to feel
from the
better.
vitamins and food.
Vitamins and eating right. Of course, you kind of lose sight of things as you get older. And then I got into my teenage years, and then you experiment with there's alcohol around.
Right.
And then you're in your 20s, and I'm living in New York,
Right.
and then my food just sort of gets out of whack then. So it's been a nonstop journey for me.
So you got involved in nutrition, but that wasn't really like a profession when you went to New York, right? Or
No, when I went to New York, I had gone for college, and then I started modeling, which gave me a whole nother set
Whoa.
of health issues.
Exactly.
And then I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's and PCOS.
Okay.
And so I was put on prescription meds for both. And then I knew there had to be another way.
Yeah.
So I began that journey, quit modeling, became a Bikram yoga instructor.
I love that.
Which was fun.
Yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
sweating though.
Right.
And I have hair.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is not sustainable.
Right.
So I had to quit that. And then I still love yoga. But I started working for different health companies because I was just trying to find myself, as one does in their 20s, and
Right.
figure it out, and just kind of throwing all balls in the air and trying to see where they stick. And I worked for a health tech company once where I was working in a hospital, which was very eye-opening and taught me a lot about the medical system.
Yeah. And how wrong and how broken it is.
Crazy. And then it really, I took the next step after doing IIN
Yeah.
to become a health coach. I decided that I needed more help. I needed to know more because I was told by the top Princeton, Harvard doctor in New York at age 25 that I had cataracts in my eyes. I'm like, what? Cataracts at
Wow.
25?
Were you having issues with your eyes or
Yeah, it felt like there was a film.
Yeah,
I kept
it was
rubbing
foggy.
my eyes, and I'm like, there's like a fogginess. I can't quite see, and it would come on and off and on and off. And I refused to believe that.
Yeah.
So I went to one of my holistic chiropractors in New York, and I saw that she had all these supplements and tinctures everywhere, and she was doing this new modality. And I said, can this help me with my eyesight? She goes, I believe it can. Go, okay, fine, sign me up. Let me just try this.
Right.
And within 3 sessions, my eyes were healed.
Wow.
And what she found is that the scars on my body from stitches, because I've split my chin open 3 times, I had a scar on my lower back,
Yeah.
were causing my eyesight was causing my eyesight to diminish.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So scars are cuts in our autonomic nervous system.
Exactly.
So I like to think of it as if I were to go into your house with a pair of scissors and open up your electrical box
Right.
and snip a random wire, most likely a room will go out, if not the whole house.
Exactly.
Same thing happens to our bodies.
Interesting.
So we heal those scars
Yeah.
with cold light lasers, wheat germ oil, things like that. And as soon as I started taking care of my scars, my eyesight is 20/20 now.
That is fascinating. I've never heard of that. So,
Crazy.
wow. So then where, after that, it sounds like you came,
I needed to go to school.
yeah, you went to school, got certified, and now you're helping clients with all kinds of health issues, right?
All kinds. And I wasn't planning on, it's funny, when I went to school, I was like, I don't know if I want to, work with people day in and day out, lay my hands on them. I'm an empathic person.
Right.
I was a little concerned about that.
The energy.
Yeah, the
from
energy
others.
transference. And at the time when I was in school, I wasn't really ready to step into that role as like guide, healer, anything like that.
I could relate to that.
Yeah, and I mean, I was still very much on my own healing journey. We all are until the day we die.
Exactly.
But a lot of emotional stuff, healing a lot of internal pain. And I decided, I was living in Austin, Texas at the time, and I came to Los Angeles, and I was just hanging out, and a relationship of mine had just ended, and my career wasn't where I wanted it to be. And I figured the one thing in my life I hadn't changed was Adderall, because I had been on this
How long?
drug for 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, there has to be, I've done it all. I've done it all, but I haven't done this one thing, is stop this drug. I haven't broken up with this drug. And
were you taking it daily? Was it something that
every
daily?
day.
7 days a week? You weren't taking a break on the weekends?
7 days, I mean, maybe a day here and there, but I was so addicted that it wasn't like, I mean, I didn't think I was capable of waking up and exercising without
it. Right.
Like, I'd
So
never
it gave you
done
the
a workout
motivation
class. Yeah.
to really get through the day.
Oh yeah. It made me excited about life, which we should be anyway.
I know.
But like, it made me just want to get up and go and do, but it also gave me an incredible amount of anxiety, made me incredibly analytical, just kind of confidently insecure. And it was energetically.
It's so great to say that. Yeah.
Energetically, mentally, and physically blocking me from really getting whatever I wanted out of life.
Yeah.
So I started with
at that intimate connection level, right? Right. This is an epidemic. Huge, right? It's just like, and it's not getting any better. Yeah. It's actually probably getting a little worse with the way that parents and everybody's driving everybody to do better in school, and kids and teenagers and young adults are driving themselves to be better whatever they're doing, right?
Totally. It starts with kids, right? And then it transfers on to adulthood, and then you're in either college or the workforce, and everybody's either, whether they've held a prescription or not, that's why we can't really get the correct statistics on the drug, is because it's also kind of like black market. People are dealing it.
Okay.
So some people take it and they don't even hold a prescription for it.
Right.
So
is Vyvanse the same thing?
Yeah, Vyvanse, Concerta, Ritalin, Adderall.
Okay. So they're all in the same family.
Yeah, even Nuvigil and Modafinil, even though they don't have the upper, it still makes you a very apathetic person.
Okay.
So I know a lot of biohackers like to say that that's the okay drug, but I still disagree.
You don't think so?
No, I dated someone who was on it and would, every time he was coming down, he would get very angry. Just messes with your whole endocrine system and everything in your brain, your dopamine, your serotonin receptors, just all of it.
Right. So how the heck, girl, did you get off of it after all those years?
No man is an island. And I knew that if I had kept it my dirty little secret.
Was it a secret? Yeah.
Yeah. It was like,
that, right?
Excuse me, I just need to take a Tic Tac, It's like breaking it up and taking little bits throughout the day, like a psycho. And so I mean, literally.
Well, at least you're honest. I love that part. Yeah.
And I feel like I have license to say this because I legitimately it's speed, and it's one ingredient away from meth.
Yeah.
More prescriptions are being written than ever, and then we also have more mental illness than ever. And mental illness is not because of a lack or deficiency in prescription medication. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, one drug leads to another drug leads to another, and we're not even dealing with like the structural misalignment and the lack of nutrition in one's body. So I woke up one day and I was just like, I need to stop this drug, but I know that I can't do it alone, because if I keep this a secret, because I had tried to do it before and I would last maybe 2 weeks with crazy panic attacks, brain zaps. I'd go to hold something and then it would fall through the fingers, my fingers would just fall on the floor because my cognitive function, I just couldn't connect the two.
Right.
I'd trip over my words, I'd sleep all day, and then I would like stuff my face. I was all over the place. And so I decided to make it public, but I filmed myself 4 days prior to actually posting it because I was really ashamed. And I was in the health world. I'm like, everybody's
doing this for a living.
Yeah. Like I'm really going to have no career. Everyone's going to hate me. It's not, but I knew that if I'm struggling.
They're not going to support you. You think they're going to be against you.
And think I'm a fraud.
Right.
So I was struggling so much. I knew that somebody else out there had to be struggling themselves. And I'm like, if one person reaches out to me, then that's worth it.
Right.
So I told
much more than one person reached out to you, I'm sure.
Crazy. I told my friends. I even told my mom, who's very, very like, no.
Yeah.
And
don't let that secret out of the bag.
Oh yeah. She just comes from the school of thought, like, don't share your personal business. Like when I shared a breakup, she goes, oh, don't do that. That's embarrassing.
Right.
So yeah. So anyways, she was like, go for it. I think you should do it. So I did, and within the first video, I had 800 DMs, and I only had 3,000 followers. And I'm like,
Vanessa,
that's cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you just knew you were on the right track.
Yeah.
And that. So I mean, can you share a few things of like, if people do want to do that? I'm sure. I know personally some people who do want to do that, and they're a little afraid.
Of course.
So
it starts with diet first and foremost, because I find that when I eat unhealthy or I eat too much or I eat like a lot of flour products, even like gluten-free almond flour products, things like that that stick to the gut.
That's a problem.
Yeah, the more bogged down I feel. So then obviously we all know now the gut is the second brain.
Right.
When your gut's so full, it just totally inflames your thyroid and your brain. So if your gut's inflamed, your brain's inflamed. If your brain's inflamed, your gut's inflamed, and it's like this vicious cycle.
Right.
So it's all about really cleaning up your diet and making sure that you're eliminating, so therefore your brain can actually have room to function and think. Also, sleep is really, at the end of the day, the only true way to heal the adrenals. So you got to start with diet and sleep, and then you can start to supplement, exercise, things like that.
When you supplement, do you supplement with things that are sort of, a little bit of uppers in some regard, like,
so
adaptogens that kind of give you energy, right?
Lion's mane, I really love. Cordyceps, I love.
Love lion's mane,
too. Lion's mane helps me a lot. Rhodiola helps me a lot.
Maca?
I love maca.
Okay.
L-theanine helps a lot. Ginseng, because you can also get insomnia. Your whole autonomic nervous system. You can lose your period if you're a woman.
Right.
You can lose your sex drive. Like that happens a lot. Your libido, because it's adrenaline, right? It works on adrenaline, and all of a sudden you're learning how to live life without being addicted to adrenaline.
Right.
And sex is also tied to that.
Exactly.
So you have to learn how to like move more towards into like the heart chakra rather than
the
whatever's
head.
in the head.
Yeah.
That chakra.
Mental, But so how long did it take you?
It took me, I filmed myself for 30 days, but it took me 8 months to probably to forget about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't wake up thinking about it.
I was just going to say that, wake up in the morning and go, oh, should I, that was
so
part of my
many
world.
Triggers. Oh yeah. No, and I went to New York for the second time off of Adderall recently, and I find New York is one giant trigger.
It is.
And it wasn't at all. I honestly, the best functioning, I was very high functioning, and I didn't think that I would be.
Yeah.
I wasn't giving myself enough credit.
Right.
But it's been like 9 months since I got off now, and I don't think about the drug anymore.
Right.
I need this thing.
Yeah.
So it takes a while, and they say 1 full year is
what you
solid.
really need.
Yeah, because it's not a detox, it's a drug withdrawal.
Right. Right.
So it's a roller coaster ride. You could go 3 months feeling great, and on the 4th month, you're having panic attacks. You can't wake up because
Wow.
that's just what the brain does.
Yeah.
And muscle has memory. Your organs have stored energy, memory and energy.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to start detoxing the body as well to get that stored medication out, those stored medication memories out.
Right. The emotional component. Right. That is, I mean, I always feel like that is almost more important sometimes than food and what we ingest. And
100%.
is that emotional, like those cells are, knowing what we've done prior and trauma and drugs and things we were addicted to.
And a
it's hard to let go.
system is so important.
Yeah.
And people try to do things on their own. And I'm sorry, but nothing was created by yourself. Like,
Right.
it takes more than
Can't
one
live in a bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And community is the new guru. Like,
Totally.
it's not just one entity that's telling you what to do. It takes a village. It takes a team of people. And community is really what helps support. And we need it more than ever, especially with online community, which is great.
Yeah.
But we also need that
physical
community, a physical hug.
Would you say there's one person that really did help you, or were there many?
There were many.
Yeah.
There were many.
Is there anyone that stood out?
Well, I have one girlfriend she lives near me, so she would pick me up for workouts in the morning,
Right.
and that helped me a lot.
So she kind of forced you to
Yeah.
go and get out. And,
I couldn't even just meet someone there because I wouldn't show up. Like, she had to come and pick me up and take me to the workout to
Right.
just get my endorphins, my adrenaline moving, my body sweating, things like that.
That was so awesome.
So she helped a lot. And then I had a few others that I would call if I had a panic attack.
Yeah.
I have a support system, but I have this one holistic chiropractor, and him just making sure my spine was
in
right.
alignment.
He's changed my life, though. He's taken me off antidepressants, anti-anxiety. So I kind of owe my life to him.
Wow.
Yeah. He's single-handedly
I'll have to find out who that is.
Yeah.
Because I love those kind of people.
He's everything to me, yeah.
And I'm just curious with the panic attacks, because I have a lot of clients lately with anxiety and panic attacks. Is there anything in particular that you would take for those panic attacks?
Well, I often find that the pituitary is misfiring a lot of the time. So the hormones in the brain,
Right.
well, it's located in the brain, so therefore everything's just kind of like going off. So things that just sort of like settle out the pituitary, but things like ashwagandha and reishi have helped me a lot.
Okay.
But there's one supplement in particular called Minchex. It's by a company called Standard Process,
Yeah.
and I swear by it. It's nature's Xanax. and
Wow,
all it is
really?
beef liver. And I even convinced my vegans to take it because it is just so awesome.
That is fascinating.
And it just stops everything from just like misfiring.
Firing?
Because it's not you, it's your body
Yeah.
just sort of betraying you in that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were talking to me before the show about you're trying to put together an ebook that
Yes.
would talk about this so you could help many more people than you actually do.
Right.
Because you're onslaughted with people actually wanting help
Yeah.
at this moment, I'm sure. Where can people find you?
They can find me at veeshoney.com. So that's VEES honey.com. That's the best way. You can email me there.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram at veeshoney.
Okay.
I have a Facebook, but honestly,
Don't use it.
I don't know how to use
I don't
it,
either.
and I don't use it. I have
Right.
a support group on there, and I feel terrible because I never go on there. I feel like there's only so many things you can manage.
Yeah,
in
true.
one day.
With social media and yes, I
Yeah.
know. And your energy.
Yeah.
Right?
I do have YouTube, though, where I have 17 days of Adderall detox.
Oh.
I still have to
Very
upload
cool.
the rest of them. So you
Okay.
can kind of watch my live diary of like me
How you did it.
talking to myself, how much I'm suffering. It's great.
I just love your authenticity.
Thank
Just your honesty. That is
Same
just,
with you. I've been following you since like before all of this. Like I was
Thank
just
you.
so wowed by you.
Thanks.
Incredible. I have your book.
we
I
were
have
meant
all of
to
it.
we were meant to
Yes.
meet and hang out together.
Yes.
So now I ask all my guests if they had to sum up their mission in one word, what would yours be?
Revitalize. I think
love
of
it.
myself as the phoenix rising from the ashes,
Yep.
and I think all my clients have the ability to do the same. So just to restore the vitality in them
Yeah.
and the hope.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Thanks for being on my show.
Thanks for having me.